new Bafang M560. Hi folks, it's Rye Guy here. Today I'm with Karbon Bicycles. And as you see here, I'm on my Karbon powerline right now. I didn't get too much riding footage today, but I thought today would be a great day to maybe get to geek out a little bit. And we'll go talk to the man himself, Tarrek. Maybe we get a little bit more detailed information. We're with Tarrek, and we're going to talk about his brand new Karbon powerline with an M560.
Yeah, the powerline R.
Folks, and it's amazing. I just want you to know that it's the best bike I've ever ridden.
Well, it is.
It is.
This is so what you're looking at here is the powerline R, which is a slightly, well, maybe not so slightly, but it's a more powerful version of our regular powerline. Which this is the powerline R840. So this has the 840 watt-hour battery. We do have a 700 watt-hour battery, but this is the one that tends to be the most popular one because there's not much weight savings with the 700 compared to this one, but you're getting all that extra range, and this, I mean, the range really is phenomenal.
I love the battery life. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, you can. We've done like more than 5,000 feet of elevation in rides and stuff, and still have like enough battery to ride back and stuff. And so what this motor has, so our regular powerline has a 95 Newton meter motor, and it's a 250 watt nominal, and it's 600 peak. This baby right here is 750 watts nominal, and it's 1,044 peak.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. You know, because
so that's like more than double. That's more than double almost.
Is there such a thing of too much power?
I mean, I haven't honestly needed more power, but I would not.
So we're actually
be ungrateful.
Doing a fun exercise. So we're taking the power to weight ratio of this compared to some top exotic cars and benchmarking those to see how those stack up. It'll be really interesting to see the results. So we'll have that. Stay tuned for that.
And I just love the bodywork and it's not. It's a really nice looking bike.
It is, and you know very well from riding yours that there are no two bikes exactly alike. All these are all custom painted. They have to be painted on the same day for the crystals to match. Otherwise, if you paint the front triangle on a different day than the rear, and you have different humidity level, different temperatures, the crystals will not form, will not be the same.
Wow.
And that is a very intricate, it's a 6-step process.
People are always talking about how nice they look.
And we sweat out the details. It's you know, the bikes are super solid. They have.
So why'd you choose Bafang like over Bosch or maybe some of the other brands that people?
Bafang,
you know,
well, because
I love it. I just want to say I love it.
Even though Bafang is the largest e-bike motor company in the world, they've built something like over 20 million motors. But in terms of mid-drive, they're relatively a new player, or they're a smaller player than a Bosch or than a Shimano. But with the resources they have, and with their R&D resources and with the manufacturing resources, this motor is one of the best motors on the market. And they've got their billion-dollar corporation. I mean, we certainly don't have the engineering capability.
I mean, I love the way it looks. It really keeps the bottom bracket up off the ground. Or some of those other ones, the motor goes like around.
Yeah, it almost looks like a bit
it's
massive,
huge. It's massive.
Here, and then you have a skinny down tube. I mean, even though the down tube is a little chunky, but
I love it.
It's perfectly balanced.
I love it. I really do. I enjoy how it looks. It is so cool.
And it
is stiff side to side. I mean, there's no deflection like some of the lighter bikes out there.
We have double bearings, so they're all EnduroMax bearings, the best in the industry.
So your bearings there and there?
4 bearings here, 4 bearings here. So you got all.
And I noticed this spins too, I believe.
There's bearings up in here. There's bearings here,
bearings everywhere.
Bearings everywhere.
The bike.
I'm back here, of course.
It rides beautifully.
Yeah. So it's
in the geometry, I can ride 30 miles an hour no-handed down this hill in one socket.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean,
You have good balance.
perfectly balanced.
Yeah. It is a
amazing.
very well balanced bike.
Very well.
The
Love it.
suspension is very progressive. You're not going to have as much bottom out as you would on something that's maybe more like linear. So 150 millimeter rear travel, very usable.
So that's
And
what it has. I
160
don't even know any of these numbers here. So that's
Yeah.
150,
150, 160.
160.
Yeah.
And is this a certain type of carbon fiber, like some of the
It's-
other brands claim or whatever?
You know, it's funny. All those brands,
Yeah.
there's one type of carbon fiber that pretty much all bike manufacturers use, and that's the company. It's a Japanese company called Tarrek, and they have the T700 and the T800 type of carbon fiber, and it's just the strength, the tensile strength of that.
Yep.
And that's pretty
about-
much what everybody uses. Now, what the differences are in how they lay up the pieces of carbon fiber in the frame
Yep.
before folding it.
Sure.
But since we have not broken a single frame, and you know how
Oh.
rough some of our riders
You
are.
know, wait till I'm gonna see if I can interview this next guy and show you guys what this bike can do.
Oh, he's right behind you, right here.
Is that for food?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, bud. Yeah, we have pretty aggressive riders because we are the.
Wait till you see this jump I filmed him doing out there.
We are. The
I didn't get
underdog.
much footage. That was about it.
You know,
But
we are the underdog. People don't know about our reputation yet, so we have to build something better.
so we're
than-
using the stronger carbon fiber,
It
not
is.
the
It is.
cheaper grade.
It's all Torre T700 and T800, depending on the position in the
Yeah.
frame, and that's what now their marketing departments may would call them like some fancy name or whatever, but it is
Sure.
literally the same carbon fiber
Yeah.
that is used. There's our factory, our contract factory, is used by many other large OEMs.
Yeah.
Very similar. They do the development work. We're already working on developing the next generation frames now.
And then, do they make the handlebars and rims? Or
They
those
make the
different
handlebars
people?
and rims as well.
Same company?
And same company. And the rims are phenomenal. Like they are 40 millimeter outer width,
40 millimeter
40 millimeter
width.
outer, 34 inner.
You know.
This here has the Goodyear Newtons,
I
but
can see they're offset for a good.
they are offset.
Yeah.
They have pillar 1423 double butted pillars. Straight on this one is J-pole because this also has the EMTB specific hub. It's a steel hub.
Do you have the steel inside?
We have a steel inside, like the
Yeah.
whole hub is steel.
The whole hub is
compared
steel.
to the regular aluminum one that we use. So this is a really solid, heavy duty that could
So
take
the
all
hub
the
flange and everything, that's all steel.
It takes because
Yeah.
you know between the motor
Sure.
600 watts and some riders can put as much as 500 watts. So you're talking 1,000 watts of power.
Wow.
Here. That really would strain a regular
Sure.
bottom, a regular free hub.
So these rims are strong as hell. Is what you're trying to
They
say,
are
too.
super strong. The thing with carbon rims, you got to run pressures above like 28 or above.
28 or above.
And so if you stick to that, you're not gonna crack it.
Well, that's good to know.
If you're an aggressive rider and like lower pressure, you put in inserts. But there, again, anytime when you go sort of below 26, you're gonna have pinch points depending on how you ride.
I mean, I love them. I have no problems, and they get scratched up like any rim's gonna get scratched up. But
And we've broken maybe a couple of rims like in extreme racing conditions. Like, so our racer who just won his national championship title this year on our Stampede, like he broke a front rim, which is literally the only front rim we have broken. And that's and during a race weekend,
the guy's pushing that bike 30 miles an
he's
hour.
pushing that bike, and that guy ripped.
Well, that's good.
He's 7 times national downhill champion.
Well, so these rims are strong as
They're
hell.
strong.
Great
and
hubs.
then you need stopping power.
And what else are you doing specific,
Well, you need
like
stopping power.
in stopping
You need a
power?
lot of stopping power.
I have not complained about the brakes that have been on my bike.
And for this,
I know there are some component people out there that need to have certain things.
We work with Magura. This specific bike has the Magura MT7 Pros with HC3 levers. They have
Wow, they feel great.
They feel
Wow.
very solid,
Those
strong bike.
feel nice.
We have a 203 rotor in the back, 220 in the front. These are the MDRP, they're two metal rotors to dissipate the heat. So there's never going to be shortage of stopping power. Even the base spec of the regular power line comes with the Megura MT5s, made it to 203 rear rotors and 220 front. And this also has the 2025 Z Ultimate. The color, you gotta have good aesthetics too. So it's gotta look amazing.
I mean, I just like to bring up another thing too, is the computer here. I like the computer not being part of the frame here.
Because you know what? Because when you sweat on it, like those touch screen, a lot of the time, I'm glad you mentioned that, because when you're riding and you're like sweating,
you sweat all over.
The thing would like just switch by itself if it's a touch screen.
Yeah.
So, well, I know some manufacturers are doing that. It's not something that we feel that this is nicer and will stay cleaner.
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know much about it, but I've kind of got into the settings a little bit, and there's some couple things you can do. You can reset the odometer or the trip. You can reset the trip back to 0, and you can see some other things in there.
And it's a Bluetooth one, and it also has a...
I just learned that out. So this is Bluetooth? We can get an app on our cell phone?
You can, yeah.
I didn't even know that. I found that out today riding with the guys.
And then, so you have it charging, so you have a USB-C charger. You can charge your cell phone as you ride.
Charge your cell phone?
Charge a cell phone, Garmin, or whatever. And this can also tie into your Garmin data, because this detects how much, so it's linked to the torque sensor, which gives you real-time measurement of how much wattage, how much assist you're getting, and how much effort you're putting.
This just keeps on getting more amazing as we go here, folks.
It's a very, very solid offering, and apples to apples, spec for spec, you're talking $2,000 to $3,000 less than like any of the main name brands. But the components are absolutely top notch, and
these are all parts easy to get if someone was having a problem with anything. Like say the screen were to break, or
exactly,
the guy crashes, disc brakes. Things are going to happen.
Absolutely. The frame has a lifetime warranty on it.
Really?
And we offer a discounted crash replacement. So
discount crash replacement.
So you pretty much almost getting pretty much a cost really. Same thing on the rims. There's lifetime warranty on anything like delamination or whatever, but if you crash, also just replace the rim for $100 maybe. Then you have, all these sort of electronic parts are relatively inexpensive to replace. I mean, screens break, controllers break. The parts are inexpensive, and this is really relatively easy to service by bike shops.
Well, what I've noticed, this battery comes out, I mean, everything is very accessible, right? Like, looks like there's a little cover that might hold up.
There's a cover, there's a carbon piece, a carbon fiber cover that covers all the cables, so they're all locked into place, so there's no like wiggle and stuff. We also use sound deadening up on top, so that even the quality sound even more.
I saw that inside.
And then there's also sound deadening, automotive sound deadening. So when you're like clicking, you don't have the vibration.
I've had no issues, except this bike is way too much fun. And once I find out how many miles we did today, I'm gonna be pretty. John, how many miles did we do today? 15. That's twice as many miles. That's why we weren't burned twice as many back. Normally we'd do 7 miles tops.
Yeah.
We just did more than 100% more miles.
When you're a mountain biker and you're pushing yourself, your personality will not change just because you're riding an e-bike.
I love this bike.
You're gonna still push yourself, you just gotta push yourself even more.
This red fork looks nice too.
Red fork looks amazing, honestly. It's like it's got this nice deep red to it that is almost iridescent. It's a really beautiful fork.
I love it.
But we also, for people that prefer Fox suspension, we also can custom.
No, I noticed everyone's kind of spec'd out a little bit.
Yeah, we can custom spec exactly the bike to whatever the customer wants it.
Now there's
so we have a customer now who's putting a Fox 38, Fox Full 38, 2025, and a coil, the DHX2.
That looked nice with the coil.
Yeah. And that's his, because he said that he has not had any, much luck with air, no matter how sort of tokens and stuff. So we're going with with the coil. It does add maybe a pound or so to the weight. Now this,
you never notice the weight. You never notice the weight on this
bike. It really
bike.
works to your benefit.
It just cruises the trail
It does. It gives you, because all the weight is down mid-center.
It is so well balanced.
Like
yep.
the weight of
it's
the bike,
perfect.
You've got 16 pounds right here. All here. So it is the confidence, like like anything diagonal, 3 routes or whatever, you just go over them. Rock gardens are nothing.
I have done some amazing tech features and climbs, and learning how to jump it now, and it can jump. And as I watched Chris Nichols earlier, he can make this baby jump.
And Liam, can even more so. Although we haven't flipped the power line yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's a work in progress. I'm sure he'll do it at some point.
Well, I'm just going to say now to wrap things up, if someone were interested in demoing one of these, is there a way they can follow you? Or?
Yeah, follow us on social media.
You're on social media, Facebook?
Facebook, Karbon Bikes.
Karbon Bikes.
On whether Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
I'll try to leave a post in the video, or link.
Yeah, Karbon Bikes.
And more and more bike shops are picking this brand up.
Bike shops. So we are in Massachusetts, because what the bike shops.
And how'd you do in Vermont? Pretty good.
Yeah, we support our dealers. We're doing 2 demo events next week with Papa Wheelies at their 2 separate locations.
Oh, great.
And they'll be announcing that soon. We support our local dealers, and the fact that we're in Massachusetts, if a dealer needs some kind of part, a replacement part for a customer, they could even replacing a motor for a customer. The customer could be back riding within 3 days, because we keep motors in stock. We keep all the Bafang parts in stock, and we deal with the warranty on the back end for Bafang ourselves. So to the customer, it's a completely seamless experience, and we never want to see a customer that can't ride their bike for a week or 2 when you have a riding season that is about a couple of months in New England.
Well, I just have another question here. This is just a long shot, just because my channel is a Kubota channel, and a lot of people are from all over the world watching. Let's just say someone from Australia, Germany, Canada is interested in one. I mean, is this something we can ship to people? Is that possible? We can. I'm just saying, this is a long shot.
With e-bikes, a little bit tricky to ship, but provided if the battery is inside the and locked in.
Well, yeah, that comes in.
Then it can be shipped, yes, to those countries. But the shipping costs are a little bit high, and we are looking for dealers in those parts of the world.
I just know that I have a few followers from Canada, British Columbia area. It's huge mountain biking spots, and
Canada,
where would that would be awesome.
I mean, Canada is obviously the next, most logical and sort of the next.
Or maybe if there's a dealer watching that wants to pick up your brand, that's up that way.
We're looking for dealers in Canada. We're looking for for dealers in Europe, but really in the U.S. We're
starting small, and we're going to spiral out.
And really, it's about just because of the logistics involved.
Sure.
But we're very fortunate in that everybody who's bought one of these bikes, whether analog or regular, has recommended us to their friends. So in terms of what is it, net promoter score? Maybe it's something like
I told my buddy about you before I got a chance for one. Yeah, sure.
So that's the word of mouth. That's how most people.
Yeah. So Karbon on Facebook. We have a website, www.karbon.
Karbon Bikes.
We're Karbon Bikes. Yeah, I'll post that. Karbon Bikes right up there. Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
And we have a QR code on the van.
Awesome, man. Well, unless there's something else you'd like to talk about, thank you very much for all the information.
Yeah.
Folks, the opportunity here,
you want to
unbelievable.
Camera around, show the brakes and stuff?
I kind of already did a couple walk-arounds, sure, but it is this is a beauty. So we're talking 150 newton pounds of power here, huh?
40, but it can go to 150.
Have you ridden it yet?
No, I may want to do something here on the road. I'm dying to try it.
All right, well, let's get some food and we're gonna come back. Yeah. Right there, folks. KarbonBikes.com.
Karbon Bikes.
Now, is there a way for people to email you directly on there also if they have more?
They can contact us through. They can contact us through Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, direct message us.
Right.
Any of the platforms will respond.
Awesome. Well, folks, it's snack time. Folks, we're back. I was lucky enough to ride with this guy today, and let me tell you, he put the work down. That was amazing.
Enjoyed it.
So I just want to say, so you're on your third e-bike now, huh?
Third e-bike.
Third e-bike?
Back injury put me on an e-bike. So I just, that was a couple, like about almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you're on your third e-bike?
So then I had one, broke it, bought another one, broke it, and now I'm on this.
And I'm sure you went through a warranty or two.
Oh yeah, they fixed them all.
They
Absolutely.
fixed them, kept breaking.
But as far as the durability, I've seen what they're capable of. You know, riding with people like Chris and other people, and I know the abuse they're putting them through. So I said, all right, I'm gonna try it.
I love that Powerline. I mean, it is cool looking.
Oh yeah,
it is.
They're a nice looking
and
bike.
It's holding up good for you. How many miles do you have in yours so far?
I probably only have about 200.
200?
Yeah, not a lot. I mean, I've only had it for probably about 3 weeks, but.
So you're loving it. I mean, you were whipping right along all day.
And honestly, the way this one jumps is better. The way like the stability going through the rocks. I'm loving it so much more. You know.
I've really been happy with the geometry.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna try the Type R here? How is it?
This one doesn't have a speed limit or anything.
No.
Oh really?
Oh.
I just hit 28 miles.
I gotta go try this thing.
Dude.
Yeah.
This thing is not even fun.
And that's the full like even the just the regular power line, the power on it's awesome, man. I can't imagine that one.
Dude, I came around that corner, I turned that bench, I was doing 28 miles an hour.
Well, it'd be nice when that gets out of prototype stage.
Yep.
Anyway, so you've been happy with your bike?
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And how long do you last the battery last?
I'll ride probably 2 or 3 rides.
2 or 3 rides.
It depends, because the local stuff is not too bad. You're not doing like we do here at Impact.
That was 15 miles we did today, and I almost burned 50. I was down to 53%.
Yep. Yeah, about the same.
Great,
because
man.
the modes are awesome.
Well, it was really nice to meet you today. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Sounds good. I'll catch you around.
Type R is waiting for me. We gotta see what this baby can do. So we're already in a big gear right now. We're in big gear and boost.
Oh yeah, you're in a really big gear, maybe.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go nice and easy. 100% battery. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's really funny how this thing torque senses your pedal input and gives you output. Woo! Oh my God. Yeah. Where are we up to? 27 something miles an hour. Are you kidding me right now? Woo! My bike tops out at 19.5. We might have to get the computer program hooked up to it to raise it up a little bit, but I have not been disappointed one bit at all that's where it maxes out at. If this is a bike that you're interested in, as always, I'd always recommend trying one first. He's all over New England. Every weekend he's going somewhere doing demos. And yeah, show up. Hope to see you guys here one day, and as always, yeah, I mean, dude, riding one-handed, you just get up to 27.6 miles an hour. I'm like, ooh, I couldn't really go any. I was out of. I gotta go. Unbelievable.
They want mine to weigh as much as mine does to go that fast.
Well, folks, here's the infamous Chris Nichols. He's one of Karbon's Amish riders. But you did come out on the Powerline today. How'd you like it?
I did. I do dig the Powerline. I kind of prefer the SL, but after today, rocking the Powerline, that thing on the jumps was insane.
Dude,
I didn't expect it to launch.
I can't wait
like
to.
It did, and it just handled it. It just ate the landing.
Dude, I mean,
every time to flat, it just ate the landing. I was pretty stoked on that.
You did amazing today.
It kind of gave me a lot of ideas for the rest of the ride after that jump.
I'll tell you, it was really fun just riding with that group of you 4 V-bikers. I mean, we That was just a really nice pace.
It's been a minute since I rode an e-bike, but I really enjoy riding these. Like I said, I like the SL because it's a lighter bike, but more of like what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But like I said, after taking the powerline out today, I think I got a whole entirely different view. I did take it out to, you know, a couple.
It just keeps getting better.
Times,
The more you
and
put
that's what I
in,
was gonna say,
it gets
more
better
you ride,
and
the
better and
it
better.
gets.
The weight's never an issue, but I understand. My roommate got the SL. He loves it. You can't go wrong either way.
I'm gonna take this bad mother hubba out right now.
Yeah, you're not getting it dirty, are you?
I might get it dirty.
Don't get it dirty. Let's just keep it on the grass. And inside here.
I can't make any promises.
We got to keep it on the tarmac. Look at that thing. We got to get some photos.
Is that the full power?
So that thing's got.
That's the full power plus.
That's the full power plus. So
It's 50% more than the full power one.
Wow.
50% more power.
I add up to 28
Actually,
miles an hour.
depending how you measure, because
Like I don't
the
even know
regular
exact price, but how much more per model is that high motor
we still
gonna
haven't
cost?
finalized the pricing, but we're all about giving great value. So
Yeah.
we will, the price difference will be.
It's
in
gonna
the
be a
hundreds.
little more,
Will be in the
nothing
hundreds,
crazy.
not in the thousands.
Yeah.
So it's all about being, accessible luxury per performance. So that's the sort of mix that we.
Like I said, I have never once needed more power. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. Great.
Both do. This is the Buffet M510 motor from Buffet. The motor part itself, this is it. This is the motor. This is the part that powers the whole thing. And then here you've got the gears, the reduction gears, and you have the PCB board right here. And that's where a lot of the technology and the programming takes place with the controller. But this is sealed. They actually
Don't have to worry about water getting in.
no.
or-
They actually test this at Buffet. These get tested for half an hour at 1 meter underwater, continuously running for half an hour. And so they could be fully submerged in water and they still be running. Now there's caution in that the connectors part to the battery where that connects, that isn't always waterproof. So if water goes into the frame, but the motor itself is sealed.
There's a gasket right here. That's what that is. Yeah.
They are super reliable.
None of these gears are you don't have to worry about.
We don't. No, the gears are.
People talk about the plastic ones.
The plastic one doesn't have as much load on it as the metal ones. But we have not stripped anything. We've not literally not had to do warranty work on any of these motors. The casing is magnesium, so it makes it very lightweight. This motor weighs 2.9 kilograms, so whatever the equivalent in pounds, slightly over 6-7 pounds.
And this is the M510 in the power line.
Yeah.
This is the power line motor.
Which is the same shape as the new M560 and the Powerline R, but that has stronger components and obviously a more powerful motor. But it's the same housing. And
this ain't rocket science to work on if someone is past warranty and they wanna.
No.
I've seen videos on YouTube, people pulling these apart. It's kind of 1, 2, 3 steps.
Yeah, it's these are
Clean it, grease it, put it back together.
Yeah, EMBN just did a couple of videos on Bafang's facilities in China about how these motors are manufactured and the R&D process behind it. And we already posted one video on our Instagram and YouTube, and we'll be posting the other one soon. But you can see how the manufacturing process of these. It's still, these are in many ways these are the majority of this part is still assembled by hand by workers at the factory.
And it looks like a lot of these gears are helical cut for people worry about the gears grinding.
The helical, so they're quieter, and that's kind of like why this is plastic. It's also like noise reduction, but all the other ones are like metal. You get the ball bearings.
Yeah.
It's a really.
I mean, I was taking a close look at it. The bearings look really nice.
Yep.
And what was the one? This big one right here. What was that? Your outboard, inboard?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it feels really nice.
Yeah, you drive. This is where your chain ring goes. You know, Bafang has made 20 million motors.
20 million motors.
20 million motor systems. They're 20 years old.
They know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah.
And then this is where the wire goes in from the,
That's the battery.
inside the...
Got battery, got for like
Inside
the
the
speed
frame.
sensors, got the controller itself.
So it has a couple plugs, huh?
Yeah.
3 different plugs?
4 on this one.
It has 4 plugs?
Yeah.
Wow.
This one, in some configurations, can be run with a throttle. We don't have it because we want it to be Class 1 e-bike.
Sure.
So if you have a throttle, then it's not considered Class 1 anymore, and can limit what trail systems it can go on.
Well, that's what I love about it. I mean, you can take, there's so many places to take this bike to. Well, it all looks really well made, nice.
Yeah, no, it's, they're very solid motors. And like this, there was a previous version of this, the M500, which weighed a pound more, and it was about I think 18 or 30% less powerful than this. So they really upped the game, and they're a major player in this space for sure. And the parts, what's nice is that parts like that break easily, whether it's like the bash guard or whatever, like those are relatively inexpensive to replace. Sure, as well.
I imagine, I mean, like if you buy like an RC car nowadays, like a lot of these components would be upgradable. You know, so there will be performance parts on the gray market available for these puppies.
Yeah, very. Like the thing with Bafang, there are a lot of them on the market, and
there's a lot to come.
you can, and being a manufacturer, we have access to the manufacturer tool that we plug into these to program them and change the programming. So we have our own sort of custom mapping for the power curve that's separate from these factories, the standard factory issue.
Now, just one more question: is that, you know, does Bafang do anything specific for these motors for carbon? You know, that they might do different for someone else, so to speak.
Not yet, but we do. They give us the tool.
Like you want a stronger gear with the run of motors you get or something.
These motors have been so bulletproof.
You haven't had to do anything because they're that good.
Yeah,
there's no problem.
What's nice is that they have a wide cadence range, so you have a wide latitude. You can be in the wrong gear, one or two gears plus or minus, and the motor will carry it. Can withstand a really wide range.
I have not once been upset about how the power is. Let's do a cool little 360 here. So it's the 510. Oh, right there it says 510 right there.
Yeah.
So is this upside down right now? Is that what's going on?
No, this is right side up.
Right side up. Oh, there it is. That's the left side of the motor.
Yeah, this is
right
the left
there.
side here.
Oh, 4 plugs right there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of technology.
Yeah, the purple we don't use. That's the throttle one, so we don't use that one.
But still,
but yeah,
it looks really nice.
They have so much power. In many ways, when you have this motor, it has more power than many economy cars. Has more torque than many economy cars.
Spectacular.
It's quite remarkable.
I love it. I love it. And I love what's to come. You know. Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we're really just getting started.
It's really, really cool. Once again, thank you very much for a little bit of extra information, and great, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers, folks. Woody Hill. What part of Rhode Island is this? Westerly, Rhode Island. How can you not like that blue? Yeah. See, we got the new pink, the new old pink. I just can't get over this new pink one.
It's like a Monday on a Sunday now.
That's gonna be a popular color choice right there.
Yeah, it's nice on the bike.
That's cool. Well, folks, that just about wraps up today's video. And I'd just like to thank Tarrek, Karbon Bikes, and the Karbon Riders for the great day I had. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope to see you guys out there. Cheers. Time for Rye Guy to get back to work. Kubota country.